Two Cooks in the Kitchen. I might have mentioned before that I like crab. It's winter in Northern California, which means it's Dungeness crab season. One crab yields about a half pound of cooked crab, and we are going to make crab cakes out of this. Now, I don't like crab cakes with a lot of extra stuff. I just want them to taste mostly like crab, maybe a few herbs in there. Definitely no bread, no cracker crumbs, none of the filler that detracts from the flavor of the crab. So, let's get started here with 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Oops, that was good. Camera crew.
Production crew will get that.
Okay, well, you know, it wouldn't be me cooking if it didn't make a mess or something like that. So to this, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of sour cream. You could use yogurt for this, but we don't happen to have any right now, so just give it a little bit of that dairy creaminess in there. And a ½ tablespoon of Dijon.
That might sploot out of there. Be ready.
Well, I got it down to the bottom so I could get it to do this. Yeah, it's working. There's not a lot in here, so.
It's fun to watch you struggle.
Just gotta struggle with it. It's worth it though, because you know, Dijon is a really good flavor with crab. As a much younger man, I had a recipe for Dungeness crab that was just baked with a bunch of Dijon, and I've never been able to recreate that since. Okay, so there's that, and we're gonna put in most of 1 egg. I don't think it's gonna be hurt if the whole egg gets in there. This would usually be double this for a recipe, which called for 1 egg, but and this is just a little bit of chopped green onion. It's just as much as we had. You would probably chop up 1 green onion. And this is about a teaspoon of thyme, fresh thyme leaves. Another flavor that's gonna go really nicely with our crab. And then we need 1 pinch of cayenne. And I really mean just a pinch. You want that, just a little bit of that. And a ½ teaspoon of Worcestershire Sauce. And then we're just going to whisk this all together until we have a nice homogeneous thing here. Okay, and then we're going to fold our crab into that. Get a top on this so nothing flies into it. And actually I should have shredded the crab beforehand, but you really do want the crab to be shredded for these. You don't want giant lumps. A few little chunks is fine, but you know, it has to form into cakes, and if you get a giant lump of crab, it's probably not going to hold together very well. So I've shredded up the crab. It's really, this is a beautiful ratio of lots of crab to a little bit of cake or whatever. Cake? Soup.
I don't think it's soup.
These are crab cakes, so I guess it's cake, but it's really egg. It's an egg and herb mixture, egg and flavor mixture. And then we are just simply, that looks all mixed together quite nicely. We are going to put this in some greased muffin tins. Now, you could do this in mini muffins, but I'm after a larger meal sort of crab cake here. So I'm going with a full-size muffin. Just like Kelly, she's my full-size muffin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes you call me Muffy, don't you? Those are gonna be really big.
Yeah, well, it's dinner. It's not just a snack or an hors d'oeuvre, it's dinner. We're gonna make a Tarragon Cream Sauce to go on these, but that's gonna be a different video. It's just gonna be, this is gonna be fantastic. Got a bit of a problem. Could have made more smaller ones. Might have been wise, but I didn't. And I don't have enough left for another one, so I've just got to distribute it amongst these.
Could make one smaller one.
It would be really small. It wouldn't bake right. So, there you have our crab cakes. And we'll come back when it's time to put these in the oven. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. These should cook for about 20 minutes. And we will broil them at the end to get a little brown on top. But we'll come back when it's time to go in the oven. So our oven is hot. It's at 400. We're going to put our little crab goodies in there, and I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes so I can check it. All right, so this has only been 15 minutes. I don't expect them to be done, but I do want to give a little test in the middle and see what goes on. That's still pretty wet in there. I'm gonna, because this oven doesn't necessarily heat evenly. I'm gonna turn it. Oh yeah, I can see, you can still see wet egg on top there. All right, so let's give these another, I'm gonna give them 7 minutes. And we'll check back again. Okay, so that was another 7 minutes. Oh wow, it looks much more firm. Still, I don't think it's done. Looks a little juicy still underneath there, but there was the thought of putting them under the broiler for 2 minutes. But I want to make sure they're cooked. So I'm going to give this 2 more minutes. And we'll see what happens. And then we'll put them under the broiler for a couple minutes too. All right, so that was another 2 minutes. They don't wobble. They feel pretty firm. I'm going to put this on broil and put these under the broiler for
Start button.
For not very long. Let's start with a minute.
Yeah, I think they gotta be careful on those.
I think they're gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think that's probably good. Let's just give it.
Well, that looks perfect.
They look really.
Yeah.
They could be a little browner. I'm just
Really
gonna
good.
accept them as they are. And I'm gonna let them cool a little before I try and take them out of the muffin pan, because this is the moment of truth when everything could go wrong. All right, so if this doesn't work, you won't see it. And
They're gonna slip right out.
a little damage on one, but for the
They
most
look
part,
really nice though.
for the most part, these are beautiful little things. They're hot. You're gonna end up wanting to, aren't you?
Kind of looks like it.
Or do you just won't?
Oh, I'll have to.
Look at these things.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. Wow. So those really came out nicely. They feel good. We're going to put some of our lovely sauce on them. This is a tarragon sauce. Tarragon Cream Sauce.
That'd be good on salmon.
Well, I think we're gonna have some left over, so.
I know, but it would be really
Yes,
good
it
on
would.
some other fish too.
Mm-hmm. This was also recommended for things like pork.
That's enough for me.
I think that looks good for me too.
Okay, get out your
All right.
fork. Get out your fork and see how it is.
So here you have crab cakes with tarragon sauce. Dungeness crab cakes with tarragon sauce, tarragon cream sauce. And this is gonna be hot. That's really good. We're gonna squeeze some lemon on it. It needs a little bit of acid, I think. But boy, the crab cake is what I want in a crab cake. It's delicious, and it's crabby and not much of anything else. Just a little bit of flavors to augment the crab. So, thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Kitchen. Subscribe to our channel. There's a little button down there. And we'll see you next time.